Satanic boy, racing cults of Ireland. Tic-tac-toe, I've been ploughing my rows by hand. There is power in obedience and rebellion to the law of the land. There is indication in Stonehenge and monuments throughout Ireland that it was the cross quarters rather than the days the Christians celebrated a few days off from these. Consciously or unconsciously, different people and groups serve and please. Well, it's certainly interesting to have the sounds of racing going on in the middle, responding to that, of course, what power can be had in that same respect without breaking the law of the land. But Enochian Magic and the Left-Hand Path by Robert Podgorski. The importance of the listing of all the entities in the Enochian material is cosmological to me, rather than about worshipping creations. I see the Enochian keys and such as representing the physical and spiritual matter and how it interacts. John Dee and Edward Kelly, or Edward Talbot, seem to be what I call sectarian prophets, and may be the most profound of Christian prophets. A lack of editing is important, but not a lack of translation. Even the unadulterated scripture of this age has multiple layers. Inspired words may be the person's own terms, and even God's messenger and exemplar prophets should be looked at in context. Each aspect matters, but I agree with Robert Podgorski that individual parts can be worked as is, and spirits may not agree with your will. Alexandra Medors has a message from God. Send money. How? Do you know that the combination of essential oils and base oil doesn't moisturize and possibly tingle? Even if the metaphysical demons are real, they are not physical and can't hurt or force anyone in that way. People feel like these new age scams are a bargain because of the tithing program most churches have. Because the Bible mentions that giving a tenth of your income over to them. I'm guessing the boxes are a veiled reference to the shadow function of psychology. Those ex-Scientology members have to go somewhere. And what is this called? Patrick John Coleman tries to start a cult. The lazy way. Well, is there any other way, right? I thought that most shamans were scam artists, rather than authentic religious specialists. Faith healings and feeling good about something can be true for anything. Maybe he really encountered crazy or intoxicated people to follow him. I am glad I didn't seem to encounter anyone as bad as him at the rest stop I shot a video at in Illinois. Because he lives in Illinois. Enochian Magic Misadventures. An interesting thing that John Dee wrote about, which isn't, I'm not commenting on this yet, was the case of an individual. The churches were upset because he'd go to people's houses and start a prayer meeting, but it ended up, him traveling around doing this got him fed and stuff. And the church is all like, nobody can earn their livelihood except us by religion. It's like, well, isn't that the same thing? Through praying and stuff. Writing a book, that's different. As much as the ability to think one's way through things is important in magic, it is better to let what occur. Coincidence is important in spirituality, but the intention and experience of the rituals are important. When something is new, I record my psychedelic, not drug, and spiritual experiences. I'm not having drug experiences. I also record more detailed stuff as best as I can. I agree with Orly Stewart in that the lessons from one's working connect to that of the others, but don't know why she calls herself Mother of Abominations. Enochian is right to left, according to the manuscripts. I generally just use Enochian magic by itself. And the next video, let's get the title down to this one. Okay, I'll talk about how to cleanse and charge a talisman. Well, my comment to that anyways. Well, there's a difference between a talisman and an amulet. A woman I called Moon gave me a necklace, and a woman I called Death gave me more. But they gave me a number of things together. I used them as connections to them, and for symbolically appropriate items. The presence of a place, item, or living being in ritual is sufficient. But lighting, scent, touch, sound, and attention are important. Thinking it protects you makes it an amulet. Have you found your moment? One never knows when a moment will change what our overall character is to be judged as. I don't think most of what Galatians 5 says is right, but we do need to consider the importance of every decision. The most real "it is finished" is about when the deeds of a human being are done on earth, and when no more human can act upon the effects of what he did. Adversity, if it does not kill us, will make us stronger, is the next video. Hail Satan!